Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Megan and I'm a small business and entrepreneur. For today's video, I wanted to do a little Q&A. I posted like a little questions thing over on my Instagram and you guys asked me questions and I'm going to be trying to respond to at least most of them. Some of them are kind of in the same realm, so I kind of just grouped them together. Question number one is, how do you set prices on products? So when I'm setting prices on products, the first thing I do is I add up the cost of how much it takes to make the product. I'm adding the cost of the blank t-shirt, I'm adding the cost of the transfer, and I'm even adding up costs all the way down to what it takes to ship. So all of the poly mailers, all of the thank you cards that go inside. These things are a couple cents a piece, but they do add up once you do a sticker, like I said, a card, a mailer, any of those things. I add up all of those expenses to figure out exactly how much it would cost to make and ship one single, for this example, shirt. And then I kind of decide how much I want to pay myself or how much profit I want to make off of this product. Obviously, that doesn't determine how you should price your products because you could be astronomical or you could really lowball yourself. Then I kind of move over to Etsy where other people make similar handmade items. And then I look at those prices. What are people selling their shirts for on Etsy that are either like the same blank, the same type of printing style, anything that's similar to my shirt, what are they selling theirs for? And you kind of want to make it competitive, so you want to make it around that price range, but you still want to make sure that you are making a profit and you are paying yourself out for your product and the work that you put into it. So in the same realm of pricing products, somebody asked, how do you calculate your wholesale pricing? I have my main website where I sell my t-shirts, and then I also have a Fair account, which is where I sell them wholesale. Wholesale pricing would be about 15 to 50% of your retail price. So if you went on the higher end of things at 50%, you would be retail selling a shirt for $50, say example, a crew neck for $50. But then your wholesale price, if you took 50% of that, you'd be selling it for $25 wholesale. This isn't what I do because the blank shirts I use alone are more than $20, so I don't sell my shirts at 50%, but you kind of just want to be somewhere between that 15 to 50%. And again, it totally depends on what type of products you're selling. You don't need to be astronomical and offer 50% off your wholesale prices. A lot of people do make handmade things and it is a little bit more expensive. Be gentle with yourself and price your products with how you think they deserve to be priced. You guys put a lot of hard work into it and you deserve to be making money off of it. Question 3 is, how do you balance inventory with orders? When I first started my business, I talked a little bit about this, but I would do made to order, which means that somebody would order a product and then I would make it after the order came in. Essentially, I got way too busy with just the demand of orders and just my everyday life that I needed to move on to pre-making my things. So then I moved on to doing just very limited drops, pre-making as much inventory as I wanted to, and then releasing those. And even that got to be a little too much. So I went over to a screen printer and they were printing my t-shirts for a while, but the last batch of shirts that I ordered way too many. This was my biggest mistake in 2024 is I ordered so much and I'm currently left with some of that inventory still. I've been trying to get rid of it for over a year and that kind of detoured me from going with the already pre-made stuff. So in the past couple of months, I moved back to made to order. I don't have a lot of other things going on in my life right now, so I'm able to, handle those orders differently than I was a couple of years ago. Right now, if you can see, I have some blank apparel in stock. These are just like apparel that I get orders for pretty consistently. So gray crew neck here is for my Medical Doodles t-shirt, which I get orders for weekly, so I kind of just keep those in stock. I'm very lucky because the place I order my blank t-shirts from is actually located in Pennsylvania, so if I order shirts in the morning, they are literally shipped that day and are on my doorstep the next day. So this makes made to order for me very, very easy. Now what I do is in the mornings, I come down here, I look at all my orders for the previous day, and I'm like, oh, I need this many shirts for this color, this many shirts for this color. Go on, I order them, and they're literally there the next day. So that is my process now. I wish I could tell you a secret to managing inventory, but I think everybody has this problem because you never know if you're going to have too much stuff, if you're not going to have enough stuff. It's just a lot of trial and error, and I seriously don't think that anybody has mastered the art of the correct amount of inventory you should have on hand. Question 4, do I have any heat press recommendations? So I'm just going to tell you a little quick brief history of my experience with heat presses. So the first press I got was kind of a hand-me-down from my dad. I'm not sure where he got it, but it was a mini one. It was like 8 by 11 inches, maybe, just like this little tiny thing. And it worked for what I needed it to. As I moved on to larger designs, it was not really doing its job. It fell apart, like it legitimately just like broke. I don't even know. Once that kind of took a dump, I bought a swing design heat press, and this was bigger. It was much bigger. I think it was like 16 by 20 or so. It was great, except it died after I think a little bit over a year, and don't know what happened. It just stopped heating up. Unfortunately, it had died like literally a month after the warranty expired. Then my next press is which I have right now, and this is my Ricoma, and I love this press. Like, I'm not just saying that. It is not sponsored. I seriously love this press so much. This is the Ricoma Auto Open 16 by 20 inch flat press, and I will link this below. You can also use the discount code Megan10 for 10% off. This press is a little bit more on the spendy side. It's around $950, but I'm telling you, this press is so much better than any of the other ones I've used. You really do get what you pay for. But I know a lot of you guys are not in the spot right now to be purchasing $1,000 of equipment. So I also, on my Amazon storefront, I did do a bunch of research and I linked the best rated, highest quality presses. So I have a few of those linked in my Amazon storefront if you want to check them out. Just remember, you don't need to start out with the most expensive, crazy equipment. Like, it's totally fine to get a couple $100 press from Amazon, and then once you start making money, you can invest in a bigger and better press. So just don't feel pressured to purchase the best and craziest things in the very beginning. Question 5, how often do you post your small business on social media? So I try to post every single day. I'm telling you guys, consistency is truly key. All of the traffic to my website comes 100% solely from social media. So that is a huge aspect that I focus on in my business. And obviously some days there are days where I don't post, but I really do try to post at least once a day. And if I know I'm going to be going out of town, or, you know, it's the weekend, or I just am not going to feel like wanting posting for the next couple of days, I will just make content and I will schedule it. And another thing I do is I cross share my content. So I will record all of my videos just directly on my phone. I'll edit them in CapCut, and then I'll cross share them to Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts. This content that I made is going to 3 different social media platforms, not just one. That means I don't have to make 3 separate videos a day. But social media, like I said, is seriously like the driving force behind my business. So it's something that I think I need to focus heavily on, and I put a lot of time and effort into that, and I do see a return. So it's totally worth it. Kind of piggybacking off what we just talked about, next question is, do you run any ads? I have tried to run one single ad in my entire time of having my business, which was actually like a couple months ago. I got maybe 1,000 more views on my video, but nothing crazy. I also don't understand advertising at all. Like, I have tried to look into ads, but like pinpointing the demographics and all of the logistics behind like creating an ad is just way too confusing for me. It's expensive, so I don't run any ads. All of the traffic I get comes organically from my social medias. Question 7, how to make t-shirt designs, or how do you make t-shirt designs? There are a lot of different ways you can make t-shirt designs. It totally depends on who you're talking to. But for me, I mainly use Canva and Procreate, which are the 2 softwares or programs that I'm most familiar with. A lot of people do create on like Adobe, but just, again, over my head, I don't understand it, and so I kind of go with the more user-friendly option. And Canva, if you invest in Canva Pro, they have hundreds and thousands of graphics that you can use to compile your own designs. And then Procreate is an app that you can get on your iPad, and this just allows you to kind of free draw. This is where I do all of my doodles designs. It's like you're drawing on a piece of paper, but it's an iPad, and then you can change it into like an SVG or a PNG. So Canva and Procreate are the 2 that I use religiously. I probably use at least one of them every single day. But again, there are lots of different ways, just totally depends who you're talking to. Question 8, tips on creating YouTube videos. I'm gonna be completely honest here. I don't think my videos are the best. Like, I really try, I do. but they're most definitely not the best edited, best recorded. Like, there's a lot of things I need to work on, and that's one of my goals for 2025 is I'm just learning. So this is a learning process right now. I don't really feel like I can speak on how to create the best YouTube video out there because I just don't feel like I'm there yet, but I can offer a few tips. First thing is you should look up on YouTube how to make YouTube videos. That's what I did, and it was extremely helpful. Kind of just learning with you guys. I will share a few things that I actually have learned that are super important, I think. So number one is I edit all of my YouTube videos on CapCut. Another thing I've learned about YouTube videos is that if you're filming a video like this, where you're just talking to the camera, it's important to cut out filler words like or so. It just keeps your audience more engaged when they're not having to listen to you talk really slowly or you using a bunch of filler words. That is all the advice I feel like I can really offer. Might be able to answer this question better in the future, but like I said, my editing and videos just are not the best out there, so good luck. Question 9. Can you put sublimation transfers on more than white, tan, and gray apparel? Sublimation is its own entity. Every type of t-shirt printing is a little bit different. Sublimation is kind of just its own monster. Sublimation has a lot of limitations, and one being that you can only print on light colored material. You can't print on blacks, grays, anything, darks, navy blues, nothing like that. So it is best to stick to whites, tans, and light grays. Another thing about sublimation is that you have to be using a material that's more than 50% polyester. In apparel that's less than 100%, you will see a little bit of fading, so 100% polyester is the best material you can use for sublimation. Short answer is yes, you should stick to whites, tans, and grays if you're wanting to do apparel that's darker. Sublimation is not for you. And another thing is that sublimation does not print white ink, so whatever you print out that has white on it is going to show up the same color as the garment that you're pressing. Question 10. My favorite blanks. Okay. I have top 3 here. I'll give you my top 3. Comfort Colors is number 1. I absolutely love Comfort Colors. Just the quality of their shirts is amazing, and I love just the vintage feel of them. Comfort Colors is like a very well-known brand for being an amazing brand, so people are willing to pay a lot more when they see that Comfort Colors tag or label on your clothing. Second, I stand by this. I love a good Gildan crew neck. Like, I know people kind of associate Gildan with like not being the best quality. I can't get over a good Gildan crew neck. It's just like a very comfy, cozy staple, I feel like. And third favorite is Independent Trading Company. They also have the garment dyed sweatshirts, and they're so soft. Comfort Colors is a little bit more rough on the exterior, and Independent Trading Company, it's just so soft inside and outside. So these are my top 3 brands. I absolutely love them, and I think I will be using them until the day I die. 2 more questions. Question number 11 is, what months are your biggest for orders? This one is a little tricky because I want to say October, November, December, which are the 3 months before holidays or during holidays, which are typically for businesses your best months. But I found for me that it doesn't really matter the month, I guess. Like, there's not really clear data that shows which is my best month consecutively every year because it changes. And a lot of that is based on when a video goes viral. Last year I had a video go viral in the middle of summer. So like June and July were one of my biggest months for the year. But the previous year to that, I had a video go viral for my Halloween shirts, and my biggest month was October. And then I had another year where November was my biggest month because I had another video go viral then. So very all over the board, and I'm sure as I gain more experience and more years in business, it'll start to make a little bit more sense. I should have put this as question 11 because it kind of goes the blank thing. But okay, 12. Where to buy high quality blanks? There are lots of options out there for blank sellers. If you have a business license, a lot of people that do will shop at either Sanmar or SNS Activewear because it's a lot cheaper to go through these companies, but that's only if you have a business license. If you don't, you can use like Shirt Space, Jiffy Shirts, All Day Shirts. Those are kind of the 3 I remember using before I had a business license. All of these apparel companies carry pretty much the same apparel. So it's not really where you buy your apparel, it's kind of actually hunting for those specific brands. So like I said, Comfort Colors is a very high quality brand. Independent Trading Company is a very high quality brand. You can even find like Columbia, Champion, American Apparel. You can find all of these brands at a lot of these places that sell blank t-shirts. So the short answer is it's not really where you buy them from, it's the research that you do to figure out what brand is high quality and then searching for those brands on those websites. Okay, that was the last question. Like I said, in the questions that were asked, I kind of grouped some together because they were very similar. But let me know if you enjoyed this video, and I will definitely do some more Q&A type videos. If you have any questions, please leave them below and I'll either try to answer with a comment, or if I get enough questions, I will just do another Q&A video. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye!